Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? Got a brand new deck guide for you guys today. Today, we're going to be going over one of the other new, very fun multiple man lists I've been enjoying recently. I saw this actually recently on KM's Twitter. Yes, Twitter, like 2 weeks ago. Or maybe even this week, when you're looking at like top decks of the week kind of thing. And I was like, wait, this actually looks really, really cool. It is not a Shu Lao version of the multiple man kind of deck. And there's a lot of really cool lines. And it really, really, like the key engine here that Cam mentioned in the post, and I'm going to reiterate here as well, is PENI Parker actually works way better with multiple man now. Originally with PENI Parker and when the spider was added to your hand, the spider, of course, allows PENI Parker to move and would allow your, man spider to move a couple times, or once, the next turn when it would merge, like originally that's kind of like, that's how this works. But it was kind of bugged. It didn't work every single time, but it does now. So when you do play the spider onto a multiple man and then move that multiple man, like let's say the same turn you activate your Aranya into a spider onto your multiple man, and that pulls your multiple man to the right location. You of course then have two multiple man that have been attached to the spider. Both of those can move like it's been the Phoenix Force. So like your spider can kind of act like the Phoenix Force for one turn now, which is something really cool to allow you to kind of get a bunch of different options and a variety of different lines in order to spread your power across the board with multiple man, which I really, really like. And with this hit list too, it felt like a small ball kind of multiple man package or little Phoenix Force in a sense, like package here. So that's a really cool buff. To PENI Parker, of course, it also works with any other card you attach the spider to. That card becomes movable, and you can move that card the following turn, which is really great. And of course, you have Sparky in here. Sparky, of course, if you move the multiple man and then you activate Sparky, the multiple man that just moved goes back to the original, and you also get the +2 on the card that just already moved originally. So, like, meaning, if you have a multiple man in the middle location, right here, middle location, and you move it to the right, of course, you get a copy of that multiple man back where you moved it from. With Sparky, where that multiple man just moved, which is like the farthest right location in this scenario, then moves back to that middle location where you had it originally, and that 2 power goes on to the copied one that is now on the rightmost location. So like you can get multiple men like across the board and spread that power out, even though it is a big power meta right now. This actually feels pretty good into it. You also have tech pieces like a Juggernaut. Juggernaut in order to offset potential combos for your opponents, throw off maybe where they're trying to counter what you're doing with your multiple men. And you also have Iska. Iska is another good card to be able to buff with a Maverick, with an Agony, with a Hulkbuster, even with an Aranya, giving you just an extra point of power so when it doubles, it gets a couple more points of power itself. You have that there. Of course, Doctor Strange is really good with multiple man too, because if you have multiple man on a bunch of different locations, let's say you have 2 multiple man with the same power, Strange will pull both of those multiple man, and they'll move over to that location, and then they'll move back to their original location as well. Meaning you'll have those 2 clones at that original, or copies at that original location, and 2 new ones at the location where Strange just was. So it really opens up a lot of different options there, which I really like there. Of course, you have Hulkbuster as another card to add power to, let's say, your Maverick, or if you're trying to get a huge power on Torch and you're trying to win a specific lane, you can play that onto Torch, Juggernaut on another lane. You just have like a variety of different options that I really like with this list to kind of just add power everywhere, and there's a bunch of moving pieces. Where are they going to be moving multiple man? Where are they going to be moving Torch? You don't even have Madame Web in here. You just have your Ghost Spider, Sparky, Aranya, and Doctor Strange to really move those cards. But it really opens the door to really think about like a couple different scenarios you really want to set up earlier on in the game, your snap conditions and stuff. Of course, there is Stardust in the moment, and Stardust does stop multiple man from being able to proc. It just, wherever you move multiple man, if there's a Stardust on the board, it's just where multiple man stays, so you don't get any copies of the other multiple man. So just kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, that's the gist of the deck itself. We're going to jump right into some live gameplay where I'm trying to talk over my plays for you guys here, like a little cut commentary. As we're going to be trying to get back into doing some more of these deck guides again, because I've missed them. I know you guys probably missed them too. But yeah, we're going to jump right into some gameplay, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. All right, well, we lost Sparky, but we do get Silver Sable. Let's go ahead and just play this Silver Sable out. Why not? Okay, we have Ghost Spider, Hulkbuster, Strange. I think this is probably some type of bounce. Losing Sparky is a little rough here, but we have other things we can like work around, which would be very interesting to see what we can do here. If we can get the the penny and stuff. I mean, Strange is just incredible, like, for us to be able to move things here. So I don't hate this, especially, like, into this matchup. You know, I don't actually hate this, like, at all. Castle Blackstone. I do have Torch. Okay. It's a nice start here for us. They go Joachim. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. I do get Penny. Whoa, that froze everything. All right, I'm going to go Penny Parker here. They werewolf into Rocket. That's fair. Go Penny. We have multiple man. So my goal is to go multiple man spider, or I can actually go multiple man Hulkbuster, spider, ghost spider, and that's gonna be pretty cool. Okay, they Chavez, which moves that over. Toxin bounces those back. And then Sparky. I go multiple man into Hulkbuster. And then I will go Spider into Ghost Spider, probably. I'll go Spider, Ghost Spider. And these both will be movable, which is something that I really like there. And then I'm going to go ahead and play this over here just so I have some extra power. And this should be pretty good. I think we might get Prio. They go Nico into Rocket into Beast, probably. Is the thought process here? Yeah. Okay, so that's not surprising. We're still going to be in a very, very solid spot here, especially since we played Agony last. So Spider goes onto multiple man. So we have that. We then Ghost Spider it over. And we're going to have two of those to be able to move around, which I do really like as well here. And then I just have Agony on the board. I take Prio. And I have Jug. So I could do this, that, which moves both those over, and then I go Torch. And then I can go either Torch. I'm just gonna go Strange, and then I Jug middle, and this should just be a dub. It's a lot of power left, and Strange will fill that right lane, so we should just win this. That moves. That moves. I Strange. And then Strange did not work the way we necessarily wanted it to. They Joachim, Rocket, Nico, Sparky. And that's fine. We'll take the dub. Juggernaut's just so good right now. I had forgotten that Multiman was actually going to be the biggest on the right, so Strange would not have worked for it. But that'll work. All right, we have Penny into Multiple Man. Deep Space is not really what we wanted here. So this is probably going to be a Penny right, Multiple Man middle kind of situation. I would love to get Aranya. Aranya would be really cool. Would be really, really cool. Okay. Clubhouse. We get Maverick. Maverick also is really cool. All right, I'm going to go Penny into probably Maverick Hulkbuster. They Cable. That's not what we really want there. We get Baxter building, though. I do like Baxter building. I'm going to go... I think... Wow, this is funky. If I go Spider... I think think it is Maverick, right? I'm not the biggest fan of this. That's either Aranya or Agni. Zeke! Oh, they're playing something very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. We're going to do this so we can just get that taken care of. Ooh. All right. So there's another world where I can do activate onto this, and then it'll be Spider Strange. I think that's actually the play. Into this. And then it's going to be Spider Strange, so then I can move this around. They Fenris. I lose to a Negasonic middle. I lose to Negasonic middle, but they never have Negasonic, okay? They never have Negasonic. If they do have Negasonic, we just have to leave. Simple as that. But I think we're going to be okay. Moon Knight hits either Sparky or Iska. They hit Sparky. They get... Okay, that's fine. This is really good for us then. This now moves over with Strange. And then I can move both of these. So we have a lot of power to mess around with here. I'm gonna go move. This is interesting. I'm gonna move this here, move that there. And then I'm gonna do this just in case they do have like a Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi would either be the right or be here. So I don't think this multiple man comes back to the middle, which is why I'm placing another multiple man where we're at here. Yeah. Multiple man goes back. I have Aranya and I have Iska. There's the Shadow King. There's Stature. Moves that over. And Sparky moves it back into Yondu, and then Iska's also going to go off, and we win. Cool. But yeah, see, we knew that the multiple man wasn't going to move back from deep space, so we had to play another one there to kind of, like, make sure we had that power middle. All right, so we have Agony, Penny, Ghost Spider here with Murder World. I am not a huge fan of the locations we have at the moment, if I'm being honest. Not a huge fan of these locations. Hotel Inferno. We're going to go ahead and Penny here. Just to get rid of one of their key cards. Kind of like my thought process. Just with this location, I want to actually make use of it. And hopefully we get something like a multiple man top deck would be great. We don't have to get multiple man necessarily, but we have the energy to do some cool things on multiple man. They play 2 cards. No Sasquatch actually is great to not have to worry about there. What do they hit for me though? Hawkeye. Hawkeye hits Maverick. That's fine. Nico hits Torch. Okay, so we're playing hopefully just a multiple man game here. Hopefully this is multiple man. Okay, we get Jug. They're gonna get a copy of a card. I'm gonna go ahead and just get Iska here. There's the Beast. They have 2 Beasts now. Okay. Which is actually gonna be kind of scary. Get Hulkbuster. All right. This is not necessarily, or not really, what I want to do here. Also, Iska doesn't go off until after. I guess I could go, if I go Hulkbuster on PENI, we do get 6 energy next turn, which I do kind of want that. 6 energy would allow me to do a lot of multiple man things. And we more than likely are going to draw multiple man. They go Hawkeye. Wow. Into Nico Destroy on Sable. Okay, so I'm hoping the top deck card is like Aranya. And not multiple man. Strange is also good. We do get multiple man. I'm snapping into this, that, and having another multiple man to mess around. Having a bunch of multiple men is why we are snapping into the Sparky here. Because we have a bunch of these guys that are going to be moving around. Get multiple man here. We Sparky it one back as well. So we have 3 of these multiple men to throw around here. They do have wing beat. Big wing beat. Into Chavez. And Falcon. Just smart as well. And Echo. So I can move all of these guys wherever I would like. And then I can do this, which moves one of them back over. So I have multiple men everywhere. And I don't think they can get that much power across the board. All right. There's Nico. To show. Into Hawkeye and Chavez. Nice. That will work. I also was probably just supposed to play Aranya there because Strange wasn't going to bring the original multiple one back. So that's also on me. All right. So we do have PENI, Sparky, and we have the Hulkbuster. Clintar is not really a location we honestly really want at the moment. But we're going to go ahead and get PENI out. Wow. These are actually some of the worst things that could happen to us here. Okay, let's do PENI middle. We have Torch, we have Maverick, Hulkbuster, they Rhino. Okay. I do get multiple man. Ooh, let's go Maverick middle. Oh, these locations are kind of wild. Debris. Okay, so like this is about to just be Negasonic cooking us. Unfortunately, I believe. This gets me to 9 power. Yeah, I don't like this. I do not like this at all, actually. Okay, that's not Negasonic, which is good. It's Rocket and Groot, which is not great. But let's see what we can do. The Rock explodes and Sparky explodes. This is the goal. We are hoping to not get Negasonic, but I think we're probably going to get Negasonic. If we don't get Negasonic, we're good. Oh, they Negasonic the other lane? Oh, wait, that's actually huge for us. That's actually so much better for us. Wow. Wow. Okay. That makes this way better. Way better. Sweet. Yeah, they can't do anything there. Awesome. Well, Wakanda Industries, or Wakanda Embassy is actually really good for us. We can go Agony into PENI, and we have Maverick to do things. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is about to be pretty funky. Pretty funky, because we'll go Maverick, and then the goal would to be to hit multiple man. Of course, we have to draw multiple man, but this is just a great start for us. Okay. What can we get going? Hydra Bob. Okay. Not the Maverick! Lizard. Okay, so this is a Prio deck. It is Prio things. So I'm going to go PENI into... I'm hoping to get Aranya. Aranya would be sick. Techno-Organic. Gotcha. Yeah, I go PENI. Aranya, it would be ideally what we want. Ghost Spider also is really good. I'm going to do that. We're going to have multiple man everywhere. And then I have Iska and Spider to mess around with, which is why we are snapping this. They go Techno again. And then they have 0. Yeah. We have multiple man. Of course, we're hoping we get Wakandan Embassy and not Sokovia with Mirror Dimension here. That would be ideal. We get a Wakandan. Wow, we do actually get the Wakandan. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy! Big multiple man, being able to move. They Titania and Techno. Those are some big cards there for them as well. I'm going to go a multiple man. All right, let's go. Go multiple man here. Into Torch Sparky. Well, actually, I'm going to end up moving that multiple man back there. So I'm going to go multiple man here into Torch Sparky. There's Cole. Okay, so this moves that one back. I could go Iska, Hulkbuster. This is 14. This is 11 power I'm adding here. Or this is probably 17 power I'm adding to the right. If they play another Techno-Organic Virus, Techno-Organic Virus cost, they did it 1, so then it was, yeah. I was about to say, it was going to be 1, and it was 2 cost. 3, we just have so much power. That'll work. Because we were able to move another multiple man left. We do start with Sparky, Maverick, Strange, Jug. We have a lot of options here. I'm going to go ahead and get Sparky down. They haven't played anything just yet. We have Aranya. We have Maverick. We have Mer Island. Wow. I'll go Maverick. If I can get something like a... Ooh, Lady Sif. It's Conchu. Oh, we're playing some discard gaming. Ooh, this is fun. I get PENI. Let me go PENI into Hulkbuster here. They Gambit, hit Sparky, Proxima. That's not what we wanted. That's unfortunate. It's a 50-50. It was a 50-50. We get Iska. And then we are hoping for... We are really hoping for multiple man or Torch here. Khonshu again. Morb. Scorn. Alright, so it'll be a 50-50 Morb. Either middle or right. We get the multiple man. We do get the multiple man. Which this is decent. It's decent. But this is pretty rough. I mean, we can beat... It all depends on where I think Morb goes here. It's like a 50-50. They haven't discarded too many cards. But I think this is a 50-50. So we activate Aranya to move the Spider after multiple man, and then Sparky moves it back. So this is winnable. Does it go middle or right? It goes right, which is actually better for us. Actually better for us because we do win now. Because multiple man moves over, and then Sparky moves it back. Now, this also could have actually just been a guarantee. Because if Morb goes middle instead, they lose 25. Yeah, it's a guaranteed win for us. It was a guaranteed, but we'll take it. Okay, we have Aranya. We have Penny Parker. This is actually a really good start. Really good start. And we have Hulkbuster. I have ways to move my cards all around. All I need right now really is like a multiple man. We do also have Jug. So Jug can help us out quite a bit. Like Hellas, we do have Strange. Oh, yeah, this is just regular Misty Knight, right? Yeah. No ability on this Misty Knight here. Now, what are we gonna get going? They float. All right. We get Genosha. We do get multiple man. Wow. This seems really good. Because we have the Hulkbuster, Strange, and things too. They're Rhino. Holy smokes. Wow. Yeah, this is just kind of gross for us here. This moves over now. And then I also get a Ghost Spider to move it over again. So I have them literally all over the place. Iron Lad hits Mystique. Cool. Then I have all of these multiple men to move. So I go... If I go here... Or... I think it's this, that, and I'll get some extra power here, sure. That seems pretty good. That goes there. That goes there. And we have just so much power. It's going to be interesting to kind of, you know, see what happens for them. They Sandstorm. All right. And Patriot. So it's going to be Patriot Mystique. So I can go Juggernaut and Strange Rights. Because they'll go all the rocks there. Yeah. Right. What is W messing around with today? We have Aranya. We have Penny Torch. Ooh, Kitty Pride. Sewer Systems. We do have Iska. We do have Penny. Let's see. Nightcrawler and Kitty. Rickety Bridge. So I need to go ahead and use this on multiple man. Just in case. They go Kate. Kitty. I'll go Spire. I get extra energy, which is nice. Ooh, it could be cool here. Spider will get to move. Agony, Maverick. I don't like these locations. So I kind of want to early Jug. It would be Jug middle. I'm gonna call the Jug middle here. Moves this back into this and that. Okay. This is going to be a pretty interesting game here. It's going to be a pretty interesting game. If W has Scarlet Witch, just in case W has Scarlet Witch, I guess technically, in case there is like a Scarlet Witch, this doesn't hurt me at all. All right, they show Kitty, and then this goes always to the far right. Sweet. That will work. All right, we get the Nexus. So this is going to be a game where we're probably going to end up doing some, like, PENI Iska things. Wow. Okay. So I go PENI or Rania multiple man. Actually, let's go PENI. A cable. And we get Limbo. This is a crazy game. Let me go Maverick instead. Okay, so we're not doing multiple man this game, heard. Not a multiple man game. Could be a torch game, though. Could be a torch game. You move it over. All right. We do get Strange. I'm going to go with this. Into that. Nimrod goes over. Wait. They knew that was going to happen, right? They knew that was going to happen, right? All right, so it's just Strange into Jug. Yeah. Good old Airsham with the Stardust. Oh man. We got PENI. We got Sparky. We got Jug. Man, I wish Human Torch had been in hand when we got the Wakandan Embassy, though. That would have been cool. I get Iska. I do have Agony. PENI. Zombie Power Man. To sewer system. I'll do that. They have to play there. Corvus hits Gambit and hits Blade. No they probably drew Khonshu with. Oh, it's Proxima. Okay. So. What I'm hoping for here is I still want... I mean, this stops all of this shenanigans. Which is probably what we're doing. So they still have big card. Okay. So I then go Maverick, Hulkbuster. Or I go Maverick into Hulkbuster here. Because then I can do some Spider Iska things next turn. Is actually the thought process. We get extra energy now. They morb. Okay. 5 cost. Nice. So I can go Spider. Into this. And then I Sparky to move Torch back. Okay. That's fine. Go Spider into activate that onto Iska. And then I move Torch back. Cool. That's fine. Let's go. That will work. Brooklyn Bridge, you say? Okay, we have Aranya. We have Agony, Hulkbuster, and Torch. We have a really fun start here. Brooklyn Bridge is rough, but if I can get multiple mana, this actually is okay with Brooklyn Bridge. Because we can do some moving around and stuff here. And we probably play like multiple mana on like turn 4 into like a Brooklyn Bridge kind of like situation. So I'm not opposed to what we got going on. Okay. Sewer system, we do get the Maverick. Okay, we're going to go Agony. Probably Agony. Oh, we should have gone Agony right, because this actually is just smaller Maverick doing it the way I just did, which is not great. They lose Animate Infusion. I lose Hulkbuster. I do get Sparky. Is this just... Oh, this is just Phoenix Force for them, I think. So I go Maverick, Sparky, and I'm hoping to get multiple man here, I bet. They go Sage. Wow, this is rough. Like, really rough. For both of us, I think, actually, here. Magic, Anti-Venom. Okay, so they're playing this version of the Phoenix Force deck. I do get multiple man. So I go Maverick. Oof. Into Aranya, multiple man. And then I'm going to go Strange left. This is actually really rough for both of us here. But we're going to end up Stranging left here. And then we kind of just like hope for Jug. The Anti-Venom is very interesting into this matchup too, because I don't know if it hits. Well, they don't have... Oh, they just Misery? Oh. Okay, so they don't have Animate Infusion, which is nice. I am probably going to be getting hit by a Fastball Special. I drew the Ghost Spider. Okay, so Ghost Spider The right way to do this, by the way, is to Sparky first, which will move this multiple man back here. And then I Ghost Spider it to move it back here again. And then I Strange, which will give me both of them. And then I have Torch here for extra power. So this is the way it works, right? So Sparky moves this multiple man back here. Goes to 11 power. Ghost Spider then moves this multiple man back over here. So then I have it here as well. And then both of these multiple men are going to be at 11 power. Going to go left here. And I'll have Human Torch. That's how it would have worked if opponents did. All right, we have Aranya into PENI. We have Camelot. This is a very fun start for us here, actually. Very fun start. Wow. Wow. All right, and we don't completely brick with Olympia either. Okay. All right. Doxy. Lemura. All right. I'm actually going to do Agony, Hulkbuster right into Maverick, just in case I get the cool stuff. All right, and now we're hoping for Multiple Man. Multiple Man or Sparky? Multiple Man or Sparky would be awesome here for us. Or actually, we just want Multiple Man. Sorry. We just want Multiple Man. Joaquin to Flames. Okay. Into Gwenpool. We get Multiple Man. So normally we would snap this, but with the way their game is going right now, I have a big feeling that they would retreat if I did snap this. But we are supposed to snap this, okay? You are supposed to snap this every time. Every time. Okay. So, because that is insane for us. They Grandmaster. Well, that's kind of crazy. Nakia? Bro, did Nakia get hit? Nakia got hit by Doxy, and Gwenpool. All right. So, this is the last one we moved. So I move this here. I move that there. I win there. This wins here. And we should just be able to just Juggernaut here and win. Yeah. They leave either way. But that is what you do. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys did stick it around to the very end, let me know down below. What are you guys playing right now? I know the meta is still like Shou Lao, and it is still a lot of, you know, Star-Lord Master of the Sun and Fin Fang Foom, but I'm still able to have a lot of fun playing a variety of different decks, which I really enjoy. And if there's any decks you guys maybe want me to cover or do a deck guide on and maybe talk through some of the lines, probably not the Super Giant deck. The Super Giant deck, it just feels kind of just lame to me. I know it's really good. It's really strong. One of the best decks in the game right now. It just feels lame to me, so probably won't be doing a deck guide on that. But if you have any other ones, maybe you guys are interested in seeing kind of what happens. We have Mother of Scotty coming out, I think tomorrow, so there's probably going to be a lot of different decks people are playing with that. maybe we'll do a Motherstani deck guide tomorrow at some point or this weekend. So just kind of, keep the lookout for that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, for all the love and support. Baby is doing really, really well. Wife is doing really, really well too. We're getting in the nice groove of things. So be on the lookout for more content and stuff being ramped up again, coming soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the Yap with Ika as well. If you haven't checked that out, it was absolutely great time having Ika on the Yap this week. But yeah, it's been real. God bless, and Tucker out.